Dee-dee-doot. What do you think of that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tom Bernard Family Podcast with
co-host Catherine Brandt,
Andy Bernard,
and Kristen Bird.
What can I call it that's not the Tom Bernard Podcast? What's a good name?
Let's not change anything now.
No changing?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yes, dear.
Let's just leave it alone.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I'm going to start with a complaint today that you need to straighten out. Catherine and I watched a show last night which looked really good before it started. And then as soon as it started, it just was really boring. What was it called?
What?
The cowboy show that we watched.
Oh, Marshals?
Oh, that was 2 days ago. Yeah, that was
2 days.
Marshals.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. You're right.
Well, yeah, we didn't love it.
Not love it. It was terrible.
Yeah,
But-
I've heard a lot of complaints about it already, so you're not the
yeah?
only ones.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just kind of like all of a sudden just threw this entire new concept in, and it doesn't really feel like a Yellowstone spinoff, which I guess it maybe isn't, but there's a lot of new characters and they weren't meshing. Hopefully it's just the first episode, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Taylor Sheridan is not the primary writer on Marshals too, so maybe
Right.
it's feeling like not all of his flavor. Yeah, because he's spread too thin, and the questions are already starting to come up of saying, what is Taylor Sheridan's universe going to look like without Taylor Sheridan as he starts to move over to NBC Universal, because he will not be a Paramount guy.
I don't know. How does Paramount drop that ball?
They dropped it big time. And that, you know, I always think about this particular time in entertainment. It's going to be studied, you know, years from now when we're no longer here, about the mess that Paramount really kind of made.
Yes.
And I'm not. We'll see how how the Warner Brothers merger works out for them. But you know, the thing is too is like really bungling that whole mess with Taylor Sheridan. They had one superstar in their portfolio to keep happy, and it was him, and they messed it up.
How do you mess that up?
I don't know.
They did very easily. He literally told them. I mean, if you're communicating, if I was like, Tom, the only way I'm going to be happy is if you keep Catherine and Andy here with me every single morning so that I talk with them, and you go, I'm firing Catherine and Andy.
Look at her laughing
And
at
I'm
that
all-
one.
That's
You know what I'm
basically what
saying?
happened at KQ. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
this person's going, that person's going.
Yeah,
It's like,
kinda.
you
They
know
did.
that they're whittling everybody down to nothing.
Yeah, and you're like the one bringing in all the cash. Like if you know, you had that happen in KQ, you're the moneymaker guy, and then you're like, I want these people staying here with me, and they're like,
No, they got rid of everybody. And then, of course, the people they got rid of initially blamed me because I think they told them it was my idea. Thanks.
Of course they did. And the management puts everyone against each other, executives, and that's what winds up happening. And guess what? Taylor Sheridan was like, okay. So his agents and lawyers, his whole team was like, we will take other offers since my contract is about to expire.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really wish people would calm down. That's all I have to say. It was literally, again, it was the highest rated morning show in America, but they just wouldn't leave it alone. Somebody had to be punished for such success.
It kind of does to be. It's a corporate money grab. It's what it is. Because as soon as everything's way on top, then the hedge fund people come in and they buy it, and money starts being crazy. It's sports teams too. They're winning. They're just all of a sudden making tons of money. They can recruit all over the place, and then in 3 years, new people come in, and the whole thing just falls apart.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with all corporations. They all do this. They get too big to fail, and then they make them fail.
Yeah, private equity comes in and says, look where we can cut costs. And then
Yep.
you're like, you took away the magic of what made the customers show up for your $20 salad bowl. Sweetgreens is going through it right now.
Lord
Sweetgreens
Darkstrider.
is?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Oh.
Lord Darkstrider made a couple of points. He wants to know where my hat is. And then he also says, yeah, right, Tom fire Catherine. Bit delusional.
Hey, I'd quit, but
Oh, that's real. Yeah, see, this is what I put up with, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're looking inside the show.
I'll quit if Kristen quits.
God.
You don't get
Andy, you and
severance
I
then.
can just do a show.
Oh my
What'd you say, Andy?
I said you don't get severance then, so joke's on you.
Yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of that?
Good
That's
luck
all I have
with
to
severance.
We don't have a severance package on this show.
No, we really don't have any.
Honest to God. Honest to God, it all works out in the end. But I just wanted to point that out, that I think it's wonderful.
Well, I'm just going to put out there in the universe, if a private equity firm wants to buy this podcast and fire all of us, for millions upon millions of dollars, we'll take it.
Like you always do, yes. Like they
buy
always do. That's a good idea.
Go ahead.
They want to retire us.
That's a possibility, I suppose. I imagine that might be possible. But so what's new coming out of Hollywood?
Well, yesterday, I want to talk about this because we went to Warner Brothers Studios. My mom and her boyfriend are in town, and Bill and I, we all went to the Warner Brothers TCM tour and actually had a completely delightful day. And it honestly, it's one of those things. You live in Los Angeles or any city that you live in. You take you sometimes don't take advantage of what you have available. I've done the Warner Brothers studio tour before. It was great, but I haven't been since before the pandemic. They have upgraded it. Southern California, we do get a nice little discount, which was great. But nice. What I loved about it was the fact that there was so much value for how much we spent. And we were talking about that because we've done Disneyland. And I said, had all of us gone to Disneyland, it would have been about $800 for the four of us just for like a day ticket. Plus then you add on all of the lightning lanes and all of the food, and it would have reached over $1,000. And for under $350, we had a great day of like education, an amazing tour guide. There were incredible exhibits. We learned a lot. We had so much fun, and we walked away going, that was incredible. So I'm just letting anyone know, if you're coming to Southern California, sign up for the Warner Brothers tour. And they have like 4 different types. They've got like the regular basic one, which is great because it's a lot of the modern stuff. So if you're into the DC, like DC, Harry Potter, Gilmore Girls, you get to see a lot of the Friends set, like all of that. The TCM combines the classics along with the modern. So I thought for a little bit more money, it actually was even more bang for your buck. And then they do like the VIP levels, which you can do and spend all day, and they'll But we had an amazing time. We had a great tour guide named George who like knew everything. We got to just see tons of costumes and the history of the sets, and really learn about the classics of the Warner Brothers, who actually started the studio, which was kind of interesting timing-wise because we know that they will be merging with Paramount within the next 18 months.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So,
I thought they dismantled all those old sets. I thought they were gone. Are they recreations?
Of which sets?
You mentioned Friends.
Friends, Big Bang Theory. They have some of the sets still available, and they're part of your tour actually. So you can sit on the Friends set and get your photo taken, and then they even do an outdoor one. You know how they do the opening near the fountain? They've recreated that because that used to be at the Warner Brothers Ranch. Yep. They've brought it over here, but they have they've reassembled some of the Big Bang Theory set, Friends set, a little bit of the Harry Potter. Like there's some just really cool stuff. Great photo opportunities that they'll let you take with your own camera. If you want to buy the upgrade, you can buy the upgrade, but you don't have to go and buy the photo package and all of that.
I think in recent times they've realized that these sets are a lot more valuable than they used to think. Because some of these items, some of these auction items, they'll sell like, some shirt that someone wore on some episode for like $3,000. So it's like these sets have to be worth. Some collector out there probably pay millions for them. So they'd be insane to just dismantle them and throw them away.
Yeah, and what I liked about it too was that you get on golf carts, and we could tell, like we would go past a certain set, like say we were past the New York set, and they were like, this is where Annie was filmed, and this is where Mildred Pierce was filmed. You could tell him stop, and he would let you get off the tram, take photos if you wanted to, and then he would continue to talk throughout it. You could stay on the tram, you could walk around, and then there was a walking tour part. It was great.
Huh.
Sounds like a fun time.
It really was. So I just always like to point out fun things because I know a lot of times some of your listeners come and say, what should I do in Southern California? And I'll give them a list. But this is definitely going to be at the top of the list for anyone who does come to visit LA again.
It was my number one place to go. I believe I was 15 years old.
15.
My sister Vicky flew us out to see my brother in the U.S. Marine Corps out in San Diego, but we met him in Los Angeles, actually. Just had a better flight in, and staying there was better and all the rest of it. That was quite the trip for a kid from North Minneapolis, you know what I mean? You just God, so much money Is there any idea how much that whole L.A. movie radio,
industry?
The whole industry's got to be worth how much money?
I mean, it's billions of dollars, and that's why.
Yeah.
In fact, it's interesting. Yesterday, there was a big meeting down at City Hall, and they are continuing to move forward and passing new legislation to make it easier to film in LA with less permitting or less costs, especially to independent film. And every single item that Stay in LA, which is kind of a grassroots organization, asked for, they got. And it was nice yesterday because we were on set. Shrinking was filming on the Warner Brothers set. Abbott Elementary was filming on the Warner Brothers set. Jennifer Hudson show was there. Like, there was a lot happening. There was a lot of building going on. And I will tell you, the Abbott Elementary set was really kind of cool because we got to see their outdoor set where the kids, all come off of the school buses. But then we also got to see the extra large Studio 16. We weren't able to go in because they were filming, but we were able to see that that's where they've interior-wise built the entire school. And that particular stage is larger than any of them. It's where they've done Goonies because there are actually 2 swimming pools underneath that studio. So they can create any type of water tank, water scene that they need. It's really incredible.
You know what's so great about those trips? That another part of the trips I was talking about when I was 15 was when we went to Disney World back then, like I said, Los Angeles, walking around Disneyland, that is, not Disney World. Walking around Disneyland, and I was stepping in every, how sometimes they imprint footprints from, birds and animals and all that stuff in the sidewalks? Uh-oh, are you breaking up?
Oh, she is breaking
Yeah,
up.
she sure is.
You're frozen right now.
Kristen
Yeah,
has
you're
frozen.
We can hear you.
No,
I can see you guys.
slightly
That was
better.
better.
Yeah, you're just a
You're
little
back.
blurry right now.
Now, what the hell was I talking about?
Stepping in something.
Imprints in the cement in Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, I had to walk in every cement imprint in all of Disneyland because I was so overwhelmed just to be there that I was like 6 years old again. It was wonderful.
So
Isn't that still
nice.
part of it? Is that still part of it? Yeah, you feel like you're a much younger person when you go to Disneyland, Disney World.
I don't know. if we got
Disneyland
this-
is packed.
Yeah.
But do we have the same Disney kids, really? Like we
Oh,
used to?
absolutely.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think there was that many Disney
I don't
kids
think
that
it's
were really
like it
into
was
anymore.
in the 90s where like every single kid is obsessed with Disney because back then
Yeah.
it was literally if you were a kid you loved Disney. And I mean there's still a lot of that, but I don't think it's like it was. But I think if you asked any kid want to go to Disney World, they'd say yes.
But the millennials are now Disney adults.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think
the
that
thing.
drives. And there's a major social media content creation universe with the Disney adults.
Yep.
And they're usually millennials.
Catherine's favorite Los Angeles, kind of a Disneyland thing, is watching Orson Welles drink not 1 but 2 complete quarts of champagne by himself at dinner. Remember that, Catherine?
I do not. Quarts.
Quartz.
They were too. He had 2 quarts of champagne.
Like Magnums?
Yeah.
Well, a quart would be about a liter, and a standard
Yeah, about a
bottle,
liter, yeah.
a standard bottle of champagne's about 750 milliliters. So they were probably 2/5.
Catherine's first exposure to Los Angeles and Hollywood is seeing him drink half a gallon of champagne.
Glug, glug, glug.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it is.
I just
a
can't
lot.
imagine the belching.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
how
know.
many
You'd be
bubbles? That's a
sick.
lot of bubbles,
Yeah.
man.
Stomach acid. That,
Yeah. I think you got to be in training to do that.
Since it's so many years ago, Andy, I can tell you something I've never told you. But when we took that trip,
God help us all.
that was in 1984. Is that correct? 85, maybe.
I don't think so, but okay.
When do you think it was?
I don't know.
Well,
Let's
I had
say
to go
it
to the
was.
Capitol Tower, and I left there by 85.
Yeah, maybe it was then. I don't know. I don't want to think about that long ago.
I
Long
do.
time.
Because, she
It's
changed the
crazy that
subject
it's
on me again.
It's just crazy that it's 40 years ago. I think
I
that's
40 years
know.
ago,
the
yep.
80s.
It's
They're
just
40 years
insane
ago.
to me.
Yeah, that's a hard.
Every time you say something like that in the 80s, I'm like, it couldn't be that long ago. Oh, wait a minute. I guess
Yeah,
it could've.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
1990 is like 10 years ago to me. That's not true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I forgot what the hell I was going to talk about again because Catherine puts the whammy
good.
on me.
Sounded like it wasn't going to be complimentary.
Oh, listen to her.
me,
She says,
so
"Oh,
I'm
good."
Glad we moved on.
Oh, God.
Works for
okay.
me.
Since we're on the topic of amusement parks, I don't know if you guys all got the news, but they're selling off Valleyfair. Did you get the news yesterday?
It doesn't
Six
surprise
Flags?
me in the least.
Yeah.
They're probably selling it for $500.
Valleyfair's being bought by Six Flags.
Six Flags owns it currently.
Oh, it
and they're selling it.
does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we haven't been there in 100 million years.
Oh, do you want to tell them why we haven't been there in 100 years?
Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of lot
Lots
of
of
youths being very, very obnoxious there.
Violent as hell. And nobody did anything about it.
Rushing the gates, like
Yep.
like great big gangs of kids. It's like, no, thank
not
you.
fun.
Yep.
Six Flags sells 7 amusement parks for $331 million.
Ooh, that's a pretty good price.
I mean, $331 million is a lot of money, but I mean, for 7 parks, that's
For
an average.
7, it's because they were all underperforming.
That's
So
an average of not even
Yep.
$50 million a park. So Valleyfair went for under $50 million. So
That's why. Well, once again, you gotta keep them safe and welcoming. Otherwise,
Yep.
people aren't going to go.
They're not doing that.
You know, think about one thing. The land that Valleyfair is on has got to be worth a fortune. Right on the river there?
absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that land's got to be worth a ton of money, I would think. So they're probably going to knock it all down and sell it to
No
somebody.
idea
I
if
suppose.
Shakopee's growing or if they want growth.
Yeah, I
or-
don't know.
I don't know. There's probably some sort of tax advantage to being in Shakopee, I would guess, maybe. I don't think that's Hennepin County.
You might be right about that. I have always loved Shakopee, though. Shakopee's always been a great town, and that whole area down
Casino
there.
and all that. Yep.
It was,
Yep,
they
it's
were
wonderful.
sold to EPR Properties, which, guess what, is an investment trust.
There we go. Can predict
Yep.
these things, can't you?
it's going to be a condo, isn't it? It's going to be a condo along the river. And like, they're going to say mixed use. We're going to do retail at the bottom and condos at the
Yeah,
top.
probably.
Or
Yeah.
apartments.
I mean, seriously, I guess if
God.
kids just want to sit in their house and look at their iPad all day long, I guess they don't want to go to the amusement parks. I don't know. I think it's weird.
Well, I mean, Ethan loves playing his video games and his tablet and stuff, but if we said we're going to go to Valleyfair, he'd jump right in the car. We just haven't
Yeah.
offered because I don't want to go to Valleyfair and get stabbed.
Well, there is that. That makes me really sad because we were
Hopefully they
the
fix
KQ
that.
Morning Show was the first morning show to appear at that thing. What year was that? That had to be right in the mid to late 80s, isn't it?
Let's
Or
see,
was it in the
Valleyfair
90s?
Let's say
opened
everything was
in
the
1976, so it
it's
wasn't
been
when it
around
would
a long
open.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. Yeah, it was a new part of it or something then was built in '86 when I went out there. It was something new that they were celebrating or whatever. I don't know what the hell it was.
I usually took the kids out of school one day a year and had another friend of mine meet us there, so we could be there when the crowds were low.
Yeah.
That's
We-
fun.
I did a play hooky day to the Valley Fair.
Mental health day, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like because it's open. I think it's usually just open during the summertime, but I think that there was some fall lag time where they stayed open through October or something before it got too cold. And that
Yeah, they
was
do that.
perfect time to go. It was like it was all the moms with little kids. So it wasn't any teenagers and
Yeah.
the little kid area. And at that time it was Berenstain Bears and there was a whole land of Berenstain Bears. I don't think any of that stuff is there.
Berenstain
anymore,
Bear
but-
Country opened in 1994, so yeah, that's about right. I would have been 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
what
yeah, there you go.
you're probably thinking of the opening of Thunder Canyon in '87.
Oh, there
I know
you
Thunder
go.
Canyon
Okay.
was a big deal, and it might still be a big deal. I haven't gone to Valleyfair
Yeah.
since I was
Oh,
12.
Is that water one?
Yeah.
The big water one? Oh. Yeah, because
I didn't even go when I lived there.
No. Well, it is quite a haul from downtown.
She
There's
was
no-
in Eden Prairie. It's really
I was
cool.
Oh,
in-
that's right. You were in Eden
I
Prairie.
lived in Minnetonka, yeah, and then worked in Eden Prairie.
Yeah.
You were right
that was
there.
I was
It's
right
not
there,
far.
and I never went.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not what it used to be. You can't trust a lot of people to not start violence or robberies or whatever right in front of everyone
Yeah,
else.
we have certainly had.
Crime.
Minnesota has had its problems.
It's really bad. People in Minnesota think they can do whatever they want. We'll just go rob people on the street. Who cares? Whatever.
Well,
That's really sad because I
you
always
look at
loved it.
Look at the hearings in the last couple of days with our fine governor, and Attorney General.
Yeah, how's he doing?
I mean, they're like, it's done. They've like, yes, they knew about the fraud.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
all, both of them.
End of story.
End of story. It's
Well,
done.
I mean, it's one of those situations where I think. Do you think? Now, Kristen, you got a view from Los Angeles and all the rest of it. And as I said on the show yesterday, I like Democrats and I like Republicans.
No,
but I do
not that phrase.
What?
I was like, not that phrase, not that phrase.
What's wrong with that phrase? Democrats and Republicans. Good for you.
We said
favorite phrase.
Kristen said a couple of weeks ago she was going to start making fun of you for saying that. Every
Well,
day.
it's true. Oh, you know why? Because nobody else will say it. Because everybody else is such a coward.
I'm going to charge you
about
$1 every time you say it when I'm on the air.
I'm going to charge you $5 every time you don't acknowledge the other part.
I'll raise that's $10 now if you're going to say it.
Okay, now it's 50. Now it's 50. It's all there is to
100.
it.
It's 100. Forget it.
You know, I don't want to spend the rest of your time on you. Only got about 8-9 minutes, but I can't believe how childish our politicians have become. More me now. I deserve more, and you deserve nothing. It's like, good. What are you, 4 years old? God, it's disgusting.
Whiny babies, all of them.
Well, they are. They're
really
whiny
are.
babies.
Yeah.
That's exact.
Yeah.
Once you serve the people, which is what you're supposed to be doing, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever met a president?
I have, yes. I met
worked for
Carter. I met
Oh, you met
Clinton.
Carter. I never
Yeah.
met him in person. I talked to him on the phone, though. He was a very
and
nice guy.
And Bush. I met both of the Bushes because we lived up in Maine. So I've met a few. Yeah.
Do you think that, and the reason I ask you that, do you think that, see, for me, it was a pretty important part of my life because I realized, you know, kid off of Plymouth Avenue is talking to the President of the United States face to face, and it's happened a few times. Although the time that I was supposed to meet with Bill Clinton, I went down and he didn't make eye contact one time because I think he was waiting for someone to come by and meet him, if you know what I mean.
And I will tell you, when I met Clinton, he made you feel like you're the only person in the room.
Well, there you go. She an attractive woman. Who would ever thought he'd done that?
I will say that I think that Carter and Bush Sr. were probably just the loveliest, the sweetest.
Very nice people. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Jimmy Carter was very, very nice. I got lucky through a friend to be able to connect and talk to him at the end of his life, and you know, well, the stuff leading up to it, not the end of his life, but there used to be some really decent people that ran these countries around the world, but I'm having trouble finding one right now anywhere on this globe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, who knows what
it's tough.
2028 is going to be? I have no idea who's going to be running. It's probably going to be Vance, to be honest.
J.D. Vance probably, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Why don't we have we should have made a law. We should have made a law that if you're elected president as a Democrat or a Republican, then your vice president has to be the opposite party. They should have done that. And given the vice president power, too. I mean, they got power, but giving them more would have been a great idea. Yeah, handing it over to one party at a time has worn itself out, don't you think?
Know. Then don't you have sabotage?
Well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Possible
Jesus.
sabotage.
It's all sabotage.
It's all sabotage.
It is all sabotage. And other
I like
thing, we
it.
just need to mention this because it's sad, but it is going to be everywhere today. Britney Spears was arrested for a DUI last night.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Not surprising, though.
It's not surprising. It's, you know, I think after everything she went through with that conservatorship, I think that it's just sad. I think everyone was just hoping that it was just her father keeping
Right.
her down. And, you know, she has genuine mental health issues. And I don't think she's never going to go back out and record another album and tour the world or anything else like that. But you just wish the best for her. You just feel...
Yeah, some of those
it's just
videos
really
that she
sad.
posts, she's like dancing at home and she's clearly like on something.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh, really?
you need to be looked after.
I read her book, or I listened to her audiobook, and it is incredibly sad. It's just... It's
Really?
heartbreaking is really what it is. Yeah, it's, and you know, the more I think about it, because being in Hollywood, and I think when I was little, because I was always loving to perform, you're
Yeah.
just like, why aren't my parents taking me to Hollywood and making me a star? You know, but you
Yes,
you
right.
really
Psycho.
look at it, and Christina Applegate has a memoir out right now, and she talks a lot about, you know, some of the damage just of being she was mostly a teenager when she reached her fame, but just the harmful effects of all of that. And you're expected to just be an adult. You're in an adult environment. You shouldn't be working at, 6, 7, 8, 10, Lindsay Lohan, all of those stories. It's tough.
It is tough. So what is the diagnosis with Britney? Was it,
does she have one?
She's bipolar, and I think so. I'm going to assume that there's probably an on and off situation with her medication, similar to what we've seen with Kanye West.
Yeah. Yep. It is sad.
All of it is
incredibly sad.
And they can see this stuff coming, and they could make everybody calm down. But I think one of the big problems we have now is all political parties on every country on this planet. The world sucks and it's horrible. Yeah. It's like, Jesus, is anywhere nice? I thought Hawaii was pretty cool. I got to be honest with you. Seriously, is anybody happy on this planet?
Yes, I think a lot of people are happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where'd you run into them, at the bar?
I just think that there's a lot more happy people than you realize, just because you're exposed to unhappy people on social media nonstop.
Well, I suppose everybody is.
And mainstream media. They love, to be negative.
I said, we have different viewpoints. That's fine. Got no problem. We can still get along. You had a different life than I did. Let's just meet in the middle and everybody be happy instead of constantly complaining about everything.
Tire Carver says he's happy.
There you go.
Yay,
Tire Carver is happy.
There's one.
Tire Carver is very happy, as a matter of fact.
Well, if you have all that ice cream right outside your house, how can you not be?
Well, ice cream plus the fact his son is a 7'2" bodyguard, so his son is 7'2", I think.
Yeah.
I think you're listening. Your boy is 7'2", isn't he? I think
he's 7 foot something.
Oh, that is really tall.
That is uncomfortably tall. I would not want to be 7 foot something.
Yeah, I think of me interviewing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and what that was like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
the microphone just goes straight up because I'm 5'3". I always wear heels when I'm doing interviews, and even at my 5'6", 5'7", I was nowhere near his height.
No.
Who was it we had on the show? It was an NBA star. I keep thinking it was Dr. J, but I don't think it was. He came in studio twice and was phenomenal, by the way. Just a great guy. One of the greatest players of all time. But there was a player in the NBA, was 7'4", and his jacket size was normal, but his inseam was like 62 or 68 or something. Like, what the hell? What?
That's like custom clothing.
That's double any. Yeah, that's double as standard men's trouser inseam. I think is around 30-ish, maybe.
I'm 34, and my inseam is fairly long for my height. So yeah, I would say 28 to 30 is probably an average male inseam.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 68.
So double.
Yeah,
36,
over double,
68. Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting trying to put on pants in the morning. I'll be out in about an hour. I'm putting my pants on. Took it 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know how when your pants leg is giving you crap and you're trying to put them on, they've got twice the material.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
I'll be out in a half hour. I got to put my pants.
I got to reel my pants up.
I'd get lost in those pair of pants. I'd be like, yeah.
So, Kristen, I have to ask you a question before you go, and you don't even have to answer it if you don't want to, but I have noticed something now, and it's just about 50-50. I was counting them, but I don't remember where the count was when I left it. But stories posted on not social media. Well, I suppose they're on social media initially, and then they're put up on places like YouTube and all that stuff. The funny thing is on page 1, this guy is going to take over everything, and he's just crushing it, and boy, his opponent is in terrible shape. They're going to lose it. Then you go down one flight. No, this guy, he's the greatest of all time. I just, you're the worst, and we're the greatest. That's the whole thing, isn't it?
Welcome to the algorithm of social media.
Exactly. It's like, holy Christ. Calm down, everybody. Right?
I wish they would. It would be great.
We're still hoping for it, Kristen Burt. And we will talk to you tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, it'll be Friday.
Friday tomorrow. Thank you.
See y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back right after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
You've heard me and my family talk, matter of fact, not just talk about, but rave about fresh, dry snacks. And we and the grandkids love them, as a matter of fact. Fresh, dry snacks are real food, no junk, made from real fruits, real vegetables, real ingredients, not powders, not fillers, not fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called the Fresh Dry Difference. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutrients, no frying, no oils. Right now, they offer 5 veggie blends, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to freshdrysnacks.com and use Barnard for the code. Use code BARNARD for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100. Rockin', baby, rockin'. What's happening?
Well, people want to get your opinion on the whole Lou Holtz thing.
I was lucky enough to talk to Lou Holtz several times in my life. He was always really, really pleasant to me, because I used to make fun of him. This guy down the street told me that I went to this guy's house. It was unbelievable. But he thought that was funny. When I first met him, I thought, oh, God, he's going to complain about that.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, Thomas, that stuff's funny.
We should probably clarify for those who don't know, Lou Holtz died at 89 yesterday.
89 years old.
So what was he? He was the coach of something or other?
Come on, Nana knows.
I don't.
What was he a coach of, Nana?
I don't remember.
You don't?
Baseball. Football.
Oh, so
Soccer. Hockey.
Soccer, hockey. It was one of those. I know it was one of those. Well, why don't you look it up, Andy? University of Minnesota college football coach.
Oh,
College
that's right.
football, eh?
Yep.
Yes,
All right,
his
then.
obituary, for those who, I don't know. This is Lou Holtz. You can see it.
Not
That's his
really,
obit.
but
No, sorry.
You can't really see it.
You can send flowers.
How long was he at the University of Minnesota, Andy?
let's see. It looks like just 1 year, 2 years, 84 and 85, I think.
Oh, so it was 2 years. Okay, yeah. I thought it was.
That's not a
for
long
some reason,
time.
I thought it was 3, but it was only 2. But didn't he go to Notre Dame or something after that? Or
Right
where'd he
after
go?
for 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty tough job to pass on, so I understand why Lou Holtz would want to go to Notre Dame.
He began his football coaching career in 1960
Yep.
Whoa.
and spent time as an assistant coach at Iowa, William and Mary, Connecticut, South Carolina, and Ohio State.
God.
And then he was in Minnesota 84, 85?
Yep.
Only 1 year?
2 years. I think.
84, okay. 84 to 85. That's 1 year, isn't it?
Well, if it was,
yeah,
he
it
coached
depends-
the 84 and 85 season, then that would be 2 years.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's what that means.
Yeah, who knows?
He's a big-time golfer.
Yep.
Got the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2020.
I didn't
Wow.
know that. Did he really?
For what?
That's pretty impressive.
Good footballing.
Where did I just...
He was awarded the
went through
Presidential
there.
Medal of Freedom by Donald Trump, but why?
Recognizing his extraordinary impact as one of America's greatest football coaches and a lifelong teacher of character and leadership.
I would agree with that.
Sure. Why not?
What?
I don't know. Medal of Freedom for coaching football? I don't know. Isn't the Medal of Freedom for, like, pulling an orphan out of a burning nuclear bomb or something?
He was a very Christian man, and I believe that he had some sort of a foundation with his wife, and they did a lot of good for a lot of people.
Okay.
He was a good guy, I believe.
One thing I will tell you is way back in the day, 84 and 85, everybody you ran into in radio or television or even newspapers, I think, but you ran into him when he became coach. And every one of them would do that. Hey, you seen the new coach yet? They were all doing the lateral S deal. It's like, really? So you can do a lateral S too. Good for you. I'm real happy for you. But, it's kind of, it is funny, I suppose.
Well, I don't know what you can get away with anymore, but...
Well, anymore, what the hell can you get away with anymore? It's unbelievable.
Because that's seen as a speech impediment, and you're not allowed to punch down, so... Even if the guy's a multimillionaire, far more powerful than you're still punching down somehow.
Yeah, somehow. I noticed that same thing, Andy. It's like, wouldn't I be punching way, way up, not down?
I don't know.
Who the hell does know? There's no question about it. Whatever.
It's like when actors, like, someone makes fun of an actor or insults them, and they go on like a talk show and they're crying about it, and it's like, you just made $20 million to play make-believe for a month. There's no punching down on you. I don't care what's going on in your life.
Right. I don't know. People the thing that I really dislike about politicians right now is they're all little spoiled brats. Well, my mom and dad said you can't do that to me. I mean, they are. They're a bunch of little smart-ass brats. Yeah. Don't you think?
It does seem like they're all children.
It does. They're like little children. I get my way because my mom said I should.
Oh, I mean, okay. God. I know people, the politics. I mean, you got to discuss the fact that Walz and Ellison were, called in front of a committee to see about all of this Minnesota fraud. It's like you can't really ignore that. It's just... these hearings, nothing ever happens to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, another hearing, great.
They're going to get away with buying votes and doing all the dirty deeds that they did and fleecing the taxpayers out of tens of billions of dollars, and nothing will ever happen to them. He doesn't get to run to be governor again. Oh,
he wasn't going to anyway.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was, and then 3 months later he said he wasn't, and that was after all of this stuff. There's 30 whistleblowers on Capitol Hill. 30. God. You never hear of 30 whistleblowers against Trump. I mean, Walz.
It's all
Walz
Trump and Walz.
And Ellison. So, but like I said, I don't know what's going to happen.
I like this. Walz acknowledged that the fraud happened on his watch, but he blamed Trump's Operation Metro Surge for disrupting local investigations. So it's Donald Trump's fault that we didn't do anything about the fraud for years and years. We were just about to, but then, wouldn't you know it, in came Donald Trump and just ruined it all.
It was first brought to the attention of the government of Minnesota in 2015.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know Walz wasn't. No, when he's 2 terms. How long is governor?
4 years, isn't it?
So he's been in there 8 years.
Sort of been 2020. Sort of been 2018. Oh, yes. So he was first elected in 2020. Then no, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Who was before Walz? Anybody remember?
Good question. Yes, Walz assumed office January 7th, 2019, preceded by Mark Dayton.
Oh, Mark Dayton.
Oh, that's right, Mark Dayton.
So Mark Dayton, it was reported on all that money going out of the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport for years and years. Mm-hmm. Cash, millions, millions and millions. It was reported on. Nothing was done. Walz, I believe, shut down an investigation on it. I mean, all of it just stinks to high heaven.
Yeah.
You've got video of Ellison meeting with people and then getting, tens of thousands of dollars in campaign promises within a couple of weeks. It's all so filthy. I just don't understand how people can be okay with that DFL party right now, and I don't, no matter if you're just like so into your team sports with politics, how can you be happy with that?
And that's what it is too. It's like a team sport now. It's not politics anymore. It's my team.
Yep.
It's like, it's not your team.
I know. It's just really, I don't know. I mean, there's every week there's a new story about somebody who lived out of state that came in, started a business in Minnesota, got $3-4 million bucks, and they don't even live here.
Yeah.
They just apply for these things. They know how to do it. It's got to be like a dark web kit, how to fleece a Minnesotan. And they just they learn how to do it, and they can just get a few million bucks and just walk away.
Well, speaking of
it's
teams,
unbelievable.
Speaking of team sports, did you hear what happened at the Pistons-Cavaliers game?
I did not.
When? Last night?
This would have been last week, I think.
Oh, last week. Okay. No, I didn't hear.
They're reporting on it now. So, you know how they have that air horn that signals things, like teams returning to the floor.
Yeah. What teams are we talking again?
Pistons and Cavaliers.
Pistons and Cavaliers.
So the air horn starts sounding, tells the teams to go back to the floor, and then it kept sounding for 13 minutes.
Oh, God.
Literally just for 13 minutes solid. They had to cut power to the entire board so it couldn't physically keep blaring. And then they just used those like Party City air horns for the rest of the game. Yeah,
I thought that's what they used. I didn't know they
used
to.
it.
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Yeah, now it's like it's a built-in air horn on the board, but yeah, I saw footage of it. I saw like the people like behind the electronics and everything, just like pressing every button they can while it just goes brrr. And this reporter's talking about it. It's like, I'm here at the arena and the air horn is still going, and it's like the most chaotic thing.
That would be tough to listen to for 13 minutes.
That would be absolutely horrible.
Did they stop the game, or
no? It
they just
delayed
kept
the
on
game.
Playing?
It delayed the game. You can't play while that's going. You can't hear anything.
Oh.
So yeah, they delayed the game for about 15 minutes until they could just cut the power, and that was it.
Well, I have a question for you. So where does the air horn sound come from? Is it an AI deal?
It's built into the board, like the scoreboard.
It is built into the board. Okay. So
that's
why don't they have an automatic?
Well, yeah, that's why it took so long to cut the power, is because to cut the power to the board means losing the score. And boards aren't really designed to be like, reset and plug the score back in. So they'd have to cut the board, and then they'd have to like retally the score, and it would have been a big deal. So they were trying everything else they could. I don't know if they just like kept score on paper from then on or what.
I don't know.
God, it's weird you talking about this kind of thing. I was trying to think of the last time that I attended a sporting event, and I think it was 2 years ago with your mom in Miami.
Miami?
We went to see the Twins play the Miami squad.
Yep. Huh. We took the train down there.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you did.
Yeah, it was a nice little trip, actually.
It was, yeah. But that's the last time I went to a baseball game was 2 years ago. God, I used to go about, 80 times a year?
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Couldn't get enough.
We were members of that Twins Club thing, and I remember going there a few times, and yeah.
Well, we shared tickets with some other people. That was nice.
I think the last time I went to a sporting event was when you threw that first pitch.
Oh, you had to bring that up, did you?
Wasn't that like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Three and a half years ago.
Yeah, because Ethan was a baby.
Yeah, I've got a picture of Ethan looking up at Kent.
Yeah, that's right. That was that day.
In a high chair.
So. Oh, what a great picture that is.
I know, it's like this giant Kent Herbeck head smiling at this little kid who's looking up at him like, holy God, you're large.
That's actually
so cute.
This was popping in my head a couple of days ago that I hope we on this show our gratitude for the fact that, all these actors and actresses we just talked about and politicians we just talked about. Now we're talking about, World Series winning baseball players, football players like Chuck Foreman, all the rest of it. And that's one thing I know the whole family. You guys feel lucky to have grown up around that and lived around that, haven't you, Catherine?
Yeah.
Well, everything has good and bad.
Why? What's the bad? Oh, Herbeck? Yeah, you're right.
No, not Herbeck. You worrying nonstop that the kids were going to be kidnapped and
there
all
were
of this,
a few threats. Don't forget that.
Worrying about stuff.
Well, that stuff was the weirdest thing that it was a morning. Yes, this was the highest rated morning show in America, but that turned some people so hateful for no reason. I suppose they think they're a big deal. So you're successful, so I have to turn on you. What is that?
Yeah. Like I said, whenever you get
Hello.
when you
Oh no, it's an attorney.
get a certain level of success, people like to knock you down, especially when you're a celebrity type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know why they do, though. It makes no sense. I mean, I never went to Kent Herbeck, and I do consider Kent a good friend. He's a great guy. But I never went to him and said, just because you've won 2 World Series, you suck anyway, and I'm better than you. I never said that to Kent. I got to be honest.
Why?
That's good.
Why would you?
Why would you? Oh, we were just
Why
talking
would
about some people that love to post things that are very, very negative, and of course they never take the direct blame for it. People can get really, really mean, and our posts have been great. That's not what it is.
They hide and they hide behind weird little names, and
Yep.
it's all weird keyboard stuff. So how are things today? What's the big topic?
Oh, they're dissing your pitch.
What?
What's that?
Yeah, you mentioned when you got to throw the pitch out at the.
Oh yeah, that was the worst pitch of all time.
You
Well,
mean the
there
pitch that
no
went
question.
nowhere near Herbeck?
No, it went into the dugout.
No, dugout. I think it went into the bullpen.
Well, maybe it was the bullpen.
We told you to practice. We said you should practice. It's a longer way than you think.
Let me try to
But
explain to you insensitive
no.
people on this show. For a kid who loved the Minnesota Twins from the time he was 9 years old, the first year in town, to walk onto that field, stadium full of people, and around my heroes, the Twins. I've always loved the Twins, and a lot of great players, all the rest of it. So just being on that mound, throwing a baseball in front of 60,000 people, something like that. Yes, it made me a little teary-eyed, so it was not easy to find the plate.
Oh, you couldn't see through the tears and throw the ball? Is that what you're saying?
You can't tell the truth about anything around
Now,
these people.
to be fair to Tom,
Yeah.
he's never
Yeah.
been known for his athletic prowess.
Oh, here we go. Personal attack. I was a good weightlifter.
Well, that's true.
Is
That's
that a
true.
sport?
Yep, that's
Is
true.
that a sport?
It's the problem was the
I-
baseball wasn't heavy enough.
Yeah, you had to carry a show
Yes.
for years.
That's so
But no,
funny.
I hope that people do understand to have grown up and born in the state, grown up. You start watching a team when I would have been 8 years old because it was 61 was the first year, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think
Was it
so.
60
Yeah, I
or
think that sounds
61?
right.
Yeah, one of those two. But I mean, to walk out on that field and be honored by a team that I had been just crazy wild about for years, that really did hit home.
Yeah.
It really, looking around, it just nailed me saying, how the hell did I get here?
Yep.
You guys go through that. It's like, how in the hell did I ever get here, man?
Well,
This
I
is
mean,
great.
it was clear that was a big deal to you. I remember being there, and
Yeah.
that was a very big deal to you. And somebody else showed up. Was it Laudner that showed up, or who?
Laudner came.
Yeah, Laudner
did,
came,
yep.
and you had all your sponsors there too.
Oh, that was the other thing.
Yes.
It was just unbelievable. It was just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbors came to the game, which was really cool.
Yep.
No, that's the part. Do people? Well, maybe they don't have a great life or something.
Wow.
Well,
No,
For all you
I'm just
losers
saying-
out there, maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but
No, all I'm saying is that people should take a moment and be grateful once in a while.
absolutely.
And not a lot of people do anymore, I don't think.
that's true.
No, last week when I got knocked off the air because of the stupid Zoom calls I kept getting.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I was getting these calls and I was getting knocked off and I had bad service. But I was about to talk about how, I was in Atlanta, I was staying at that penthouse. It was incredible. And then I'm walking
Right.
down to Starbucks and there's this dude laying out there with a carriage, and you realize how close, changes in life you could end up, right there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and thankfully, see, I'm getting a call right now, which should knock me off the air. Shut up. So no, I didn't say it to a client.
That's real.
That was just a
Shut up.
spam call.
Remember, everyone, don't ever call Mike Bryant for any reason.
Yeah, but no. But you realize, you're just one step away from stuff like that,
Yeah. The anti-marketing campaign.
Yeah.
We have
There you go.
we have a debate raging in the hidden chat here. Who used to do the impressions of Lou Holtz on KQ?
That was Passolt.
Paso.
Yeah, it was Passolt. Okay.
Absolutely is Passolt. No question.
Oh my God.
He did a great Lou. Yeah, and Lou died, what, yesterday?
Yesterday, yep.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yesterday,
God, people
yep.
are dying like crazy. It's been crazy lately.
Well, he was what, 89? Yeah, he was 89 years old.
Well, I guess it's okay then. Sorry.
That's not what I'm saying at all, and you know it. 89 is a pretty good run for humans. They used to, I think when I was a kid, the average death of American male was like 68.
Yeah, but now they're thinking if you can, as long as you don't have economic issues or other like genetic issues, you should easily be able to live into your 90s.
It seems that way.
Yep.
It seems like, yeah, unless you're predisposed to something, or yeah, it's like you're destitute. It seems like people are living forever.
Yeah.
Another thing we noticed. So, I know it's like die already. Jeez. Melissa and I went to church on Sunday. I mentioned that church for the first time in like 3 years.
What kind of church?
It was just like some non-denominational heretic church.
Heretic. Okay.
And we were looking around during because they did the whole All Rise thing, and then they were singing songs and all that kind of stuff. We were looking around, and it's like everyone in this room is like 6 feet tall. Huh. When did that happen?
What? Minnesotans are pretty tall. Like, when I go to national stuff, with other Minnesotans, we always have like this kind of like bunch of Nordic people showing up,
I know, but it's like even like the teenagers, like teenage girls are taller than me in like out where we live. It's like, I don't know. It seems strange.
Probably is kind of Scandinavian heritage.
Well, you also have the non-athletic Tom genes, so sorry, Andy.
Non-athletic.
Oh,
Tom
non-athletic.
jeans.
Here we go.
Well, you know, I've never lifted a
Let him
heavy
in.
weight
I
in my
told you
life.
not to answer the door. God.
He would have
What a
gotten in
child.
anyway. There's a lot of windows in this house.
Yeah.
I just kicked in the front door. That would have been great. No question about it. Oh, something popped up and it disappeared now. It was something pretty interesting.
Passhole.
Yeah, passhole.
Yeah.
He's called him. Who was it that called him passhole the first time? Are you that passhole guy?
Yeah. Was that Lastman?
I don't know what it was.
It sounds
but
like a last
Jesus.
thing to say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. One thing that's pointed out, Germans and Swedes are bigger people. That's down here, you will walk past people,
So
and I'm
small.
right around 6 feet tall even. I walk past people that I'm well over a foot taller than.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about
yeah.
grown people.
Well, there's a lot of building going on around here, and
Yep.
at the end of the day, when they're all coming down from their various jobs as builders, I mean, some of them, I swear to God, they must be 4'8".
I know.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh yeah,
They're so
Oh,
tiny.
yeah.
They're carrying around their big hard hat and their lunch thing, which is as large as they are. And you're thinking,
Yep.
yeah.
how can they drive a car?
Yep. They are little. No doubt about that.
They're so tiny.
You were talking about the Germans. There's a pull tab lady that was at Duffy's in Osseo, and she in the middle of the night passed away. But she was incredibly German. I mean, she was as German as you could be. I mean, she could have been wearing jack boots everywhere. She was so German. And when I went to her wake, there was a picture of her dressed up for St. Patrick's Day. And there's this woman standing there looking at the picture, and she's like, I'm her neighbor. I've known her for years. I didn't know she was Irish. I was like, what? Wait, what? Irish? No, she was Hispanic.
Rhodes Scholar, are you?
It's like, you sure you
Well.
met her before? Because that was one German. That was German. Yep, that's for sure.
It's funny.
All right, we need to take our next break, but Mike,
Yeah.
the break is yours. So do you want to do a live deal into the commercial?
Sure, we can talk about Live Deal. That'd be great.
Ladies, and then we'll hit the commercial after he's done talking, Andy, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to do a doubleheader.
Absolutely. Michael Bryant,
Why
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Okay, so I'm traveling to LA this afternoon to go work on witness prep, and that's what we do all the time. We're working as a firm to always get better. I've got 3 lawyers flying out there to work with people on how we get the story out better, how we do it in a way that jury will understand, and how we do it in a way that jury, can help with getting better results. And so we train all the time. And it's our goal to always get better. And one of our big campaigns is that we want people to tell us if you have a question, if there's anything we can do better so you have a better experience, we'd rather know that up front. So Bradshaw and Bryant, it's what we do.
All right, we'll hit it now.
For Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong. But suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
Wow, that was just a full Bradshaw and Bryant break.
Yeah,
all
sure
of it.
was.
We just
What do you
dominated
think of that?
Oh, what a deal.
As a lawyer, what's your favorite book? Well, obviously the law book, right?
What's my favorite book? What is my favorite book? My favorite book, probably Hockey, which was by Tretiak, the Russian goalie. I read that probably 300, 400 times. I love that book.
Love?
Yep, Hockey I Love. Great book. He probably was the greatest goaltender of all time.
Well, there you have it. What do you think of? I was trying to think of
Tom's like goaltender.
goaltender. What's that?
Yeah.
What is hockey? Is it better
Didn't
than
have
hockey?
hockey. Didn't. Well, no. Actually, we had 2 hockey players in my neighborhood, but there was only one rink that was in North Commons that I knew of, anyway. Maybe that others, but it was not a big hockey area. Let me put it that way.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book of all time. God, there's so many great ones. Catherine, what is it? You know, I've talked to you.
Catherine.
What
Catherine,
your
what's my favorite book?
is?
I don't know. There are so many great books I've read over the years. It's hard to pick one. That's one thing I would tell the younger generation, because you don't see it a whole lot anymore because of the cell phones and all the rest of it. Go buy a couple of hardbound or whatever, the actual book, and hold it in your hand, because it's a totally different experience.
I just read a story last week. The paperback company that you would find in airports and drugstores and all that stuff, they're not printing the paperbacks anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
They're all done with it. I don't remember the name of it. I was going to bring it up last week, but then I don't think there was time.
It'll all be hardbound then?
I don't know if they're the only paperback company, but apparently paperbacks just aren't, when people go through airports, you used to see people buying paperbacks, and now everybody's on their devices.
Well, they used to have the grocery store with like the big wheel, and you can find them in drugstores. You'd always find them all over the place.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why the whole thing. We have to do it completely different than the previous generation. It has to be 180 degrees.
Well, if they're not selling, they're not selling.
Yeah.
I suppose.
People don't want clutter.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
And
like books take up a lot of space.
you can, they don't want the big libraries anymore. If you can put it all on a Kindle or on an iPad or on your phone,
Yeah, I mean, I could probably store 100,000 books on my phone.
Yep, I'm sure.
And it's like, could I store 100,000 books in my house? I certainly could not.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many books. They're all kids' books. And we have 3 bookshelves in Colin's room. We have 2 bookshelves in Ethan's room. We have a bookshelf in the son room. And we're using our entertainment console in the living room as bookshelves.
Yeah.
And we still have books all over the floor.
Yeah.
And it's like books just take up an insane amount of space.
Yeah, when you think about it, and people just don't have those big collections anymore.
Or the big, those gigantic bookshelf, manifolds that they used to have, built into the wall and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's called ReaderLink. One of the
ReaderLink.
largest distributors of books in North America has decided to stop distributing mass market paperbacks, marking a significant decline in this format that has been popular since the 1930s.
Yeah.
This decision reflects a broader trend of decreasing sales and changing consumer preferences toward more expensive book formats. So a lot of people, yeah, you're right. That whole reduce, reuse, all that stuff, buying nothing, that people would prefer to go to the library and check out a book than buy one.
Like, I wonder, do tabletop or, the big giant books, those even exist? Do they even make those anymore?
Oh, like the ones that used to display on your coffee table for guests and that sort of thing? I don't think so. When I go to people's houses, they don't display books like they used to. I know exactly what you mean, but I don't think.
Coffee table books, yep.
Right, exactly.
Oh, by the way, Michael, to answer your question, probably J.D. Salinger. And I don't think it's probably. It is.
You're talking about Catcher in the Rye?
Well, everything that J.D. Salinger ever wrote, I've read 1 billion times. I just absolutely love it.
I can't even think of anything else he's wrote other than Catcher in the Rye. What else did he write?
There was a sequel to it, wasn't there?
Wasn't there?
Franny and Zoe.
Franny and Zoe, or Zoe and something. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Franny and Zoe.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them, actually. God, I should probably do. Well,
there was a movie about him, right? Where
I think so.
He just kind of stopped doing everything and lives quietly and doesn't want any attention.
That's exactly what he did. He just shut everything down, made a ton of money, and just shut it all down.
Zoe, yep.
Franny and Zoe, baby, phenomenal.
Can't think of it.
What was that about?
It's about Franny and Zoe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Doing what they do,
Yeah, the stuff that he wrote, such beautiful, like I said, memorable lines. She smiled a lipsticky smile is one of my favorite lines. Because you can just see that big lipsticky. I mean, you can see it. I love that.
I have a question for you guys about this situation, and it's why I've avoided doing it. I have never read a book on my phone. I've never done that. I used to read
You had a Kindle, but you didn't really use it.
I never used it. And I had been told, and you guys maybe could tell me if this is true or not, one of the reasons I love holding a hardcover book in my hand, because it's, I can close it whenever I want and do this and do all the rest of it. I was told by several people a while back that be careful watching things on your phone because it pulses. There's a pulsate deal to it, even if you can't pick it up. And that thing constantly flashing in your face while you're reading a book is not a good idea.
It depends on the device. Kindles, I know, don't do that because they use that e-ink or whatever, which is different from a display like that.
Right.
But like a computer screen,
have the glare.
Depending on the computer screen, but almost all consumer computer screens, they pulse at 60 hertz, so 60 times a second. And some people can perceive that in the corner of their eye. I can for certain screens.
So does that wreck your eyes, or?
I don't think there's really any.
Good for your.
Yeah, I don't think there's any proof either way. I don't think it's been studied too much.
Yeah.
Well, it's not good for your brain. Pulsing is not good for your brain.
That's why kids aren't comprehending what they're reading on screens, and that's why a lot of school districts are finally figuring out to go back to textbooks.
Okay.
Well, I got bad news. The lights in your house also do that these days.
That's true.
LED lights.
Pulse. Yeah, they do.
LED lights also pulse at 60 frames.
When we had the electrician in here to change out these light fixtures, they said, "Do you want LED?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh," because a lot of people don't want those anymore because apparently the radiation. I'm like,
radiation?
What? LED lights have radiation now?
So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think it's radiation.
It doesn't sound right.
Yeah. So
that's what they said.
The question in the chat, I think "Cold as a Witch's Tit." I think that's actually from Shakespeare, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't think it's Salinger. I think it's Shakespeare. I thought.
Well, Salinger did use it. It's colder than a witch's tit.
Okay, maybe he did create it, but I thought there was a line in Shakespeare that said something like that. So,
maybe it was teat.
Maybe. Possibly.
First appearing in print in the American mystery novel Spider House by Francis Mason.
Oh, well, of course, Francis Mason, great writer.
Francis Mason, of course.
What year was that?
1932. Huh. So it's older than Salinger, for
but not
sure.
as old as Shakespeare.
But not quite as old.
Nope. So.
God, that's amazing. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
See, before the internet, we would have attributed something to somebody more famous than that guy.
Shakespeare had a tit line, though, that was
he had all sorts of stuff like
that.
Like
a milk of the whatever, the dry milk of whatever witch or something like that. So.
Sounds great. Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Me quoting Shakespeare.
I'll
use that in my next closing. So.
Okay.
What the hell?
So I found out 2 nights ago, I got a new trial coming up on Monday. So.
On Monday, where?
Got a lot of time in Hennepin County, Minneapolis.
Oh, in Hennepin County, okay.
Yeah, so it's a criminal case. So we'll see what happens. So we'll throw that one up against the wall.
I have a question about the ticks The ticks.
Okay.
Have you seen the report? Everybody was, the conspiracy theorists are right again that it actually was the radioactive ticks that started this whole Lyme thing.
What?
They
Radioactive?
just released the documents. They just released all the documents on all of these bugs that they've been doing strange things with.
Great.
Yeah, it was radioactive ticks.
Where did they get radioactive from?
I guess I don't know. How do you give anything radioactive?
Let's see. 282,000 Lone Star ticks were released across Virginia. They were labeled with carbon-14, so they had radioactive carbon-14 in them to track their spread.
They just released this.
What they did is they released the ticks, and then they put like a little bit of radiation in them so they could track where they're going using Geiger counters.
So what did they give people? Made them...
No, it brought on all these tick diseases.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they just released the report on that. Now, okay, so if the government does that to somebody, you're a lawyer.
I am.
Okay, I get, yep. You're the lawyer for me. I've got Lyme disease. I'm in pain all the time. We find out that the government really did do this stuff. Do I have any recourse as somebody that's
It would depend on which government it was, like meaning if it was state or federal. It would depend on whether or not there's an exemption that would protect them. Depend on the reason why they did it. Those would probably be the factors that come into play. And then the other factor with those kind of cases is there's a lot of things that are caused by 9 or 10 or 20 different things. How hard is it to prove that what they did is what led to your problem?
Yeah.
So that's
if they started Lyme,
and you
got
Lyme. Yeah.
That's a pretty direct link, isn't it?
If you get a doctor that'll do that. Now, there's Lyme, and there's like 3 other levels of it, because I was just talking to a lawyer last weekend there's a tick that lives off of rats or mice that apparently this one camp, all the campers got this special disease that sometimes shows up as Lyme and sometimes shows up as, I don't know, Poison X or whatever the hell the thing was.
Poison
and
X.
so
Absolutely.
they had a tough time. They had to prove it was the Poison X or whatever it's called that was caused by these type of rat ticks. And it was crazy as far as the experts on dealing with that. So you'd have to prove a lot of connections that might be hard to prove. And how quickly they got care, what are their symptoms, what's the long-term effect of it. Because Lyme can either be a short-term thing or it can ruin people's lives forever. And so there'd be a lot of those kind of issues that would come up.
Well, just think of all the billions of dollars that have been spent. Our dog has Lyme. We've had to take him to the vet 3 times over that and get medication. Alex's dog has it. He had joint problems. Take him to the vet. All these things. Yeah. I mean, that's just 2 people in this family.
But dog cases are horrible because they're only worth the value of the dog.
Yeah.
So you have no extra pain and suffering issues with dogs. You might be able to make a claim for the medical care, but I think in the end it's capped out by what the dog is worth. So you have these people that'll call us they'll have vets that do horrible things to their dog, and it's like, sorry, all you can get is whatever the dog's worth.
Yeah.
So
because they're property technically.
Yep. Oh.
Hey,
So,
Andy?
although at one point in the 1940s, you could get more for your dog than you could for your kid. There used to be a cap on what you could get for a kid in a wrongful death case. And that was crazy. I think it was $25,000 or $20,000. So
back in the days before penicillin, it was hard. It was hard to keep
the average kid lived to be like a year old back then.
Well, I think the theory was you could always have another one. So,
as opposed to dogs, which are a non-renewable resource.
Yeah, they're special.
You got to go mine some more.
Yeah. So.
Andy, read TFFI quickly before. Oh, damn it!
He
We
can
missed.
still
it.
see
Well, you can still
Mosquitoes
get it,
kill
though,
more
can't
humans every year than any other animal, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It is true.
Yep, I believe that is true.
Mosquitoes.
Because of malaria and other diseases.
Well,
Bill Gates bred a bunch of weird mosquitoes down here in Florida and just let them out. It's why does Bill Gates get to do that kind of stuff? I don't want genetically modified mosquitoes studied for whatever. Just kill the damn things. Don't let them go.
Well, what he
Why?
did, from what I understand, is they genetically modified male mosquitoes to be sterile. And then they released a bunch of male mosquitoes. So the idea is they breed with the female mosquito, and then they don't have any babies, and they both die. And there you go, dead mosquitoes everywhere. Which anything that kills mosquitoes, I'm in support of, even if it ends the human race.
I know, but generally when they release these interesting things from labs, it usually never turns out the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you start playing with genetics. Yeah, there's always a downside to playing with genetics.
Yep.
I think God did a pretty good job.
They do stupid things all the time. Like they brought in some sort of beetle that now eats all the roses.
Right.
They brought the beetle in to eat something else, and now the beetles eat all the roses.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Is that the Asian lady beetles?
Yeah, I think that's right.
they're iridescent, like green.
Oh no, those are the Japanese beetles.
Japanese beetles. They eat roses. Like
we planted a cherry tree when we lived in Crystal, and one time I had never seen them in my life. And one time I went out to go water the cherry tree, and it was covered in these Japanese beetles.
Wow.
I had never seen them before, and here's 1,000 of them right here.
What color are they?
They're like greenish, iridescent, like Mom said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite.
Why don't we take...
Oh, good idea.
Oops.
Yes.
Yeah, take that last break. We'll be right back. Wrap things up right after this. I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We are back. Michael, I'm glad you made it in today because there was some question you might have to leave early or whatever, but it worked.
It worked out. I had to get here late because I had something in St. Paul that took longer. Plus, Highway 12 or 394 is a mess right now.
Yeah, it's like half closed or something.
Yeah, you can't even, they don't have the sane lane anymore because they've got a lane running down the sane lane. So it's crazy.
Huh.
They're building all those new bridges and all that?
Yep, I think so. They're doing a bunch of things that are being done.
Yep.
And it wasn't, how long ago was that? Isn't that old, is it? I mean, that whole exchange is what, 20, maybe 25 years old?
It's about right.
Yeah.
Oh, the sane lane?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's pretty old.
Is it older than that?
Is it that old?
I remember when I was in high school, we had friends that lived right on what was called Highway 12. Then.
Right, Highway 12.
And one of them, her dad was a doctor. I remember that, and I remember them coming to school with buttons and shut down the sane lane.
Yeah.
Or they didn't call it the sane lane. They called it something else at that time, and they got it delayed for like 5 years. All the neighborhoods were complaining about it because they were bulldozing houses. They were condemning and bulldozing.
Well, if you're in high school, that was only 20, 25 years ago, right?
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
last week, more or less.
Yeah.
That was back when we had 18. Remember when 18 ran through Hopkins? And it was 12 and 18. And that was a different world then.
That's funny you say 20, 25 years ago. I graduated high school 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, I was talking to somebody. Katy Perry has not had a hit since 2012. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, I would think maybe 5-6 years ago, but nope. So
Question of the day: who's Bradshaw? We all know who Bryant is.
yeah, John Bradshaw was my former partner and actually my former boss, and he died last year. He actually died when I was down with you guys last year. So, so did his eulogy about a year ago.
How does the naming thing how does that work? Is it going to be Bradshaw and Bryant forever?
Yep,
or?
you bet. As long as they want to keep the brand. I mean, if they want to go do something else. I mean, every once in a while I'll have one of the lawyers will talk to me about adding their name. I'm like, why would you can become, I don't care. Change your name to Brian. I'll be whatever.
You can be my son.
With all the money we spent on that name, that name is never changed. The only problem you run into is if they leave and join another firm, then you're not allowed to keep the name. So like there's been firms that got messed up by someone going of counsel with somebody else. But as long as they die or something, that's why you have Johnny Cochran firms all over the place.
That makes sense, I suppose, yeah.
So that would be a
Honey
great
cockroach.
honor someday to have Bradshaw and Bryant's pop up after I die. So.
Oh, well, I thank you for closing the show that way. When Mike dies, ladies and gentlemen, God. Yeah. All right, that'll wrap it up. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.